Hey, this is Zach at NV Woodworks. Today I'm going to be covering a large scale acrylic pour that I was doing. Buddy of mine, Kyle Toth, he's got a YouTube channel and he does excellent work, so definitely head over there and check out Kyle's work. He needed some tap handles. He makes tap handles for this brewery, and for their second anniversary he wanted to actually make acrylic ones. He usually does wood, so he needed 3" by 3" by 12" blanks. Made out of some kind of a resin. I generally use Alumalite, and especially for something like that, it's not just turning. It's he does some machining on these things, and I wanted to use Alumilite because it machines better generally than epoxy or polyester resin, and frankly I just don't really cast with those two materials anyway, so this was a little bit more comfortable for me. Now there is issues though, because you generally have to use a pressure pot with this stuff, but I did a couple things to try and get the air bubbles out. My first pour was this, and it didn't work out so hot. Now, the first one I tried was Alumalite white resin. This stuff cures really quick. You got about 2 minutes open time. So one of the things that I did to try and slow down the setting of this stuff is, instead of dumping it all, the part A and part B, into one giant container and mixing it at once, I had a couple other people, and we did 3 different people mixing smaller quantities. So that was my first way to try and head it off. It still didn't really work. Now I think that if we would have had our timing better, this one actually would have worked, but there's a definite witness line. The bottom, what I was trying to do is I poured in 1 cup of blue first, so there's one layer, and then I took white and kind of mixed that in a little bit. But by the time I started pouring that second layer, the rest of it in there, it had already set up on the bottom. And so there's just issues with that. That didn't work, obviously, but it was interesting cutting it open and looking at it. Now, the second pour, I used Alumalite clear, and that stuff has at least twice the open time. It worked out fine. Got it in here, got everything mixed. Now, the third pour, I actually tried something different, a different product from Alumalite. They have a slow set that is like the Alumalite white. It's opaque and it's similar in working properties and everything. The only difference is it's got a 15-minute open time, and it different from the Alumalite white, which if you just pour white, the A and B resins in a cup and let it cure, Alumalite white is white. This stuff is tan. So that kind of presented some problems. I actually didn't get this resin until after I had poured the other 2 with the clear. I did the 2 blue handles in clear. I just figured those, I know the colors and everything, that'll work out fine. But I wanted to try this product, and so he wanted one that was black with some white swirls. So this stuff worked really good. I did a small batch quick and then turned it. It turns pretty much the same as the Alumalite white. But it's got like an overnight cure, and it's a good 15 minutes of open time. So I actually think I probably could have done this pour by myself. It's open that long. So good stuff if you need to do a really big pour or something like that where you need a lot more working time. The only issue is you got to come away from tan with your dyes. So it's not like, if you're pouring dyes into clear, it's, you pour red in and it's going to be red. With white, if you pour just a little bit of red in, it's going to be pink. So you got to watch that even with the white. But with this tan stuff, you got to come away from tan, which could, you got to get kind of creative with dyes to get to the color you want, I would imagine, in some cases. So interesting product, but I just set up the GoPro while we were doing the pours, so I just thought it'd be kind of fun to watch that and kind of fast order how we did them. One other thing that I did, because I couldn't use pressure, I strapped this is one of those palm sander things, the vibrating ones. This is actually a 1940s Dremel sander, so vintage stuff. It worked really well. It vibrated, the whole mold, and it forced the bubbles up. that's a trick that I kind of learned from people that do concrete countertops and that kind of stuff. They use vibrating sticks and do different stuff like that. It definitely helps to get the air bubbles out. So that's something that frankly definitely helped. I mean, flat out, that helped a lot with the pores and getting the air bubbles out. Now, I don't know what the tap handles look like because they were bricks when I sent them, and frankly on the outside of even this one, it doesn't look like much. I have no clue, you know, what was going on the inside of this. It is what I was kind of hoping, at least on the bottom, but I don't know how the other three really turned out. So Kyle's going to shoot video of him making the tap handles. I'm excited to see it. I haven't seen them yet, so I'll have links to that so you can see the final product. Should be pretty cool. I'm hoping everything worked out as well as it seemed. If not, I'm going to have to kind of regroup a little bit on these next time I do it, but pretty cool stuff. So enjoy the video. I just did a little kind of time lapse, and then I'll come back after the actual pours are done. So I hope that was a fun video to watch. I hope you can take away some things if you have to do a bigger pour like that. You know, maybe you'll get some tips from that. If you have any questions or comments, definitely leave them below on my YouTube channel. You can also email me at zach@nvwoodworks.com. Other than that, just a couple little news items. Next year I'm going to be doing a lot more videos on casting, turning stuff, and I also am going to start shooting videos kind of walking through the eBay laser that I bought. It works great. Took me a while to get to understand how the thing worked, and once I understood that, it works great now. So I still have some stuff to learn so that I can actually shoot video and explain it, but next year I'm going to be doing that, and I really hope that will help. There's not that much information on how to set these things up, so you kind of have to learn a lot, and I hope I can shoot video for anyone that's interested in buying one of those cheaper laser engraver things. So to get good results, it doesn't take a lot, but man, it took me a little while to figure out what I actually needed to do. Then it was easy. Other than that, I want to mention another wood turner, Sam Angelo over at Wyoming Wood Turner. I recently sent him up a few pen blanks made out of the sagebrush, and he shot a video of it, and he did a great job. It was fun watching him turn that. It turned out great. He is an excellent wood turner. He's very good at teaching you stuff, and he does some really cool techniques. So go check out Sam over at Wyoming Wood Turner. I'll have a clicky link on my video here. Other than that, Kyle's going to be shooting video. Hopefully it'll be up reasonably quick. But I'll have links to that once that is up, so you can see how the tap handles actually turned out. I'm actually really anxious to see them. So I'll have that below in the notes, and I'll also have little links up here. So other than that, this is probably coming out right before New Year's. So Happy New Year's to everybody. Stay safe, but have a great time. Hope your holiday season was great this year. And other than that, I will see you next year. Thanks for watching.